Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dylan Silver, and today on the show I have Shaquita Love, who is a service provider to the real estate space, providing promotional materials with Logo Legacy Promotions. She's also the owner of Love RX Organics. Shaquita, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me so much, Dylan. I'm so real. Thanks.
Absolutely. I always like to start off at the top of the show by asking folks how they got into being an entrepreneur. You know, the path for many isn't super clear. Oftentimes we stumble upon into it. I can say for me, I had to try out many different things before getting to where I'm at today. How did you become a business owner?
Oh, well, before I became a nurse, I am a nurse, just to let you know. I'm a
Okay, very
nurse
cool.
and two business owners of Logo Legacy Promotions and Love RX Organics. But before I became a nurse, I'm an arts lover. I love the arts. I love everything from theater to dance. I have a background in dance. So I actually have a degree from Columbia College Chicago. So that's
Very
kind of
cool.
how I got into the entrepreneurial, artistic, creative. Like if you are a creative, you're going to create, even if that's poetry or dance or, you know, um, beat making or anything like that. So I used to dance. I have my degree in performing arts management. I always wanted to manage, so I practice when managing artists. I practice with just having a good time and just tapping into the creative space. But I always wanted to own something. And I read a book. It's called Think and Grow Rich. Um,
Napoleon
so
Hill.
that really inspired me, what I'm saying, to really be like a business person and, just really, go for it. So yeah, that's kind of how I really got into it. But Logo Legacy Promotions, I got into it 13 years ago. I had a small promotionals company. It was called SFG Promotions with the business partner. His name was Eugene Sperry. He was actually my mentor and just everything. Um, it was a great introduction into the industry, but now that I have over 10 years in the industry, now it's time for me to really go and to connect and to build. So that's how I got into it.
Let's
And I'm
let's
super
talk
excited.
about scaling a business, Shakita. So when I think about the real estate space, I think about how I started, and it was super, super humble beginnings. Like I was working at the time for Nissan, in San Antonio, and now I'm in Dallas, and I had no idea at all how to break into the real estate space. But eventually I started networking and I learned, oh, this is something that maybe I could do. I saw people getting in as a wholesaler and then scaling to maybe doing fix and flips. How did you break into legacy promotions? And you're now doing it for a decade, right? So there's continuity there and consistency. What was that first year like for you?
Okay, so I'm a part of a group. It's called the Advertising Specialty Institute, ASI. It is one of the top national um, groups of suppliers as well as distributors. So they teach us comprehensive training. We have yearly conventions. I'm actually going to a convention in Chicago. So they help just us build ourselves as a professional, as well as a just a business owner. And they also give us uh, our own kind of guideline or blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Like I have all ASI certified suppliers that I work with. So it's like,
Okay.
it's just like an easy system that,
They gave you
I'm
the
saying,
blueprint.
yes.
So, being a nurse and also a business owner is tricky. Doing anything in being a business owner is tricky. I can say that for myself specifically. How have you managed to be able to do both?
Well, when I first started nursing, I was a floor nurse, and that was dreadful hours, 12-hour
Yeah,
shifts. They always, it was burnout, turnover, and they always want you to pick up extra shifts, right?
right.
Um, actually started, I'm telling you this story because everything kind of goes together. So
Sure.
I lost my job throughout COVID, and then I started like March of 2020, and then I started my company in September 2020, Love Arts Organics. Um, so that was one business. What I did, it was I found a job that was not as demanding on my feet, or just for me to have to put into. So I became a school nurse.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah. What a great way to transition there.
Transition. So now I have a fixed schedule. I'm off with the kids on, weekends and holidays and things like that. And I'm also able to work on my businesses remotely on my computer. Everything intertwines, intermingles, and I'm able to still fulfill the passion of working with creatives, helping them design creative campaigns. And yeah, everything kind of works out. Now I have another hurdle. I am a mother now. I'm a mother to a 6-month-old baby boy.
So now you have three jobs going on.
So now I have 3 jobs going on. So if you hear my baby right now, he's just rolling around. Sorry.
That's okay. I live on a ranch here in DFW and in Dallas Fort Worth area, and we have lots of animals out here, and they've been known to make audible appearances on the show. So sometimes there'll be a large farm animal making some type of noise in the background. I say, "Oh, look, there's that's
um,
one of our animals here."
Yeah, but like me, like the promotional industry is something that I'm extremely passionate about. I've worked in the industry as a business owner, but also as a promotional model. So I work with tons of different companies. So I kind of know what they're looking for. I know market analysis. I know different types of strategies you can use with products. So, I I feel like I have the best of the both worlds. It's like,
I would say
how
you do.
can you not, you know, want to
Is there a
enhance your company?
specific is there a specific market or industry that you have interfaced the most with that you've seen a majority of your clients or many of your clients come from?
So medicals like hotels, as well as cannabis brands. Since I have
Okay.
my own CBD company, Love RX Organics, um, one of the top promotional products like industry is like sustainable products. So, hemp is really big, so intertwining, eco-friendly promotional products, what I'm saying, to really upsell, like CBD or a hemp, it's a win-win, what I'm saying, for the consumer and for the supplier. So, so
Yeah.
like CBD, yeah. So it's like I really want to. I kind of use my background. I'm a nurse, so I target hospitals and clinics and things like that, as well as you know, um, cannabis spaces.
Shakita, where would you say is the product that a lot of these businesses are purchasing? So you talked about multiple industries. They're going to have different needs, right? I'm in the real estate space, so we oftentimes will have these bandit signs which will drop onto the ground like, "Hey, I buy houses," or "We have a house for sale here." Is there a
Mhm.
specific product that you've seen that has been across industries in high demand, or is it very industry specific?
So like for real estate or for
In
industries like that,
general.
like
Yeah, in general,
I
across industry.
in general, like these backpacks, like the backpacks, it's
Mm,
like Nike backpacks.
yeah,
If you
that's
have your
very
logo
cool.
on that, it's very like you're toss anything in it, as well as tote bags. So like those little Nike, I'm so sorry, my
That's
baby.
okay.
Like those little Nike. Hey, say hey, Preston.
Oh, we got a guest on the show. We got a second guest on the show.
Say hey, Preston.
Future entrepreneur in the making right there.
Yeah, he is. He's a future entrepreneur in the making. Um, so like tote bags, the ones that kind of, um
Yeah, open
emulate
and
the
close.
Nike
Sure.
bags. Those are
Yeah.
really big tote bags because everyone goes grocery shopping, or everyone's in the eco-friendly, you want to save on not using plastic, and that's across all boards. So if you have your logo on it, your logo is being seen, it's visibly, every time you see a logo, it stays into your mind psyche. So
Yeah.
like if you're thinking about something, or if you get a taste for something, and your mind starts to salver over a steak that you hear, you might think of
Do you do
Gibson
apparel as
Steakhouse.
well?
Huh?
Do you do apparel as well, clothing?
um yes, I do have apparel.
Okay, so if someone wanted to get like an embroidered logo or I don't know the different types. I know there's like a sublimation and then embroidery. If someone wanted to get something like that, could they come to you in your promotions business?
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Absolutely. What we can do is I can actually take your logo. I can customize a presentation of like the top 3 or 5 shirts, or apparels that you're looking for. I can find products within your price point, so it's not always just trying to upsell. I kind of want to customize and tailor to your to your needs. Um, yeah, absolutely. That's no problem.
Okay,
And
very
you can do
cool.
it through like a consultation with me, or you could upload your logo on my websites. You know what I'm saying? Check out some goodies. It does mock-ups. So yeah,
Very
it's a
cool.
1, 2, 3 system. It's very easy.
There's lots of, I think, people who are seeking this type of solution, but oftentimes finding a business specifically locally that can do that type of work is tricky. I know that when I was living in San Antonio, there was one guy, and we had a mall. It was South Park Mall. It wasn't an upscale mall. And honestly, it was a little bit of a distressed mall. If you're talking about real estate, it was probably you would consider it some level of distress in the mall there. But this guy would embroider and he would do the logos, and that was like the guy that people went to for everything. And so finding a business that would do that, it was rather tricky. Like if you searched in logos, other things might come up. And so I'm curious to get your perspective, Shakita, as someone in the space. Where do you see the industry growing to in general? I think it's ripe for innovation. I think there's lots of people that can come in and make a big difference.
Um, I think it's booming. Like you could tell just in the sales, like it is growing. By 2034, like it's gonna reach within like 80 billion. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
industry. Like this is like a market in demand. Um, one of the top favorite items that a consumer will want, that was voted in the USA is a promotional item. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
we don't want a flyer. You know what I'm saying?
The
We want
brand.
like a where like water bottles are oversaturated. I would tell people to stay away from water bottles because I have a closet full of water bottles.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
so you so you understand what I'm saying? So that is like a product that I would say kind of stay away from because it's super oversaturated. You always want to find a product that everyone is always going to use. Other products is really big, and this is across all countries, all industries, is tech items. So if you have a small portable charger, you could smack your logo on it. Think about that, and that go across all industries. Smack your and who all like everyone always needs to charge their phone up.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Are are you finding, Shakita, that when people are reaching out to you, that they're coming to you with a lot of the kind of concerns that I raised about like, hey, I was trying to find this and I really couldn't figure out exactly where to go, and like I'm so grateful that I ran into you because I really wouldn't know how else to do this.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Um, Absolutely. I offer solutions and like I offer solutions just as a person. I feel like, anything that you're doing, with job related or what you're doing extracurricular, it should really align with purpose. So like me, I love to help people, so in this logo legacy promotions industry, I'm actually helping you. So sometimes people come to me and they know exactly what they want, and that's perfect. But if you don't, we're gonna sit there and we're gonna customize and we're gonna really, I'm gonna get to know you and see how we can really expand on your brand so people can really keep that legacy of you alive, after they've
Yeah.
seen,
I
you
can't
know.
tell you how much it's done for me personally. So I really need to get more of this, but I had shorts, I had gym shorts that were branded with my company logo. And then I
Mhm.
also had a shirt that was like a business casual shirt that I had branded with my company logo. And that was able to do so much for me, just as far as establishing credibility. And then also just I felt great wearing it. Like it really makes a huge difference. And so for me, I know I don't have a contact up here in Dallas. I moved up here last year. And so to have the opportunity to network with people like yourself who can add value to my business and I can patronize it's a win-win. And I think we need more
Absolutely.
of it.
Absolutely.
Shakita, um, nurse, right? You have
Yes.
the promotions business, you have the CBD business. What's your advice to folks who are potentially an aspiring business owner? They're looking to start, but they're not sure exactly where to start. What's your general advice to them?
Like networking is the most powerful tool. It's not about having money. It's all about relationships. So I would say try to, get yourself in rooms that, you probably want to inquire more about. Um, get around smarter people than you, and make sure you find a mentor. So if you want anything in the industry, find it. That's how I got into Logo Legacy Promotions 13 years ago. I had a bit of a friend. He was a photographer slash, so I don't know, so insurance. But we ended up cultivating such an amazing friendship. He passed a few years ago, but um, he was more like a family member, you know. So
Yeah.
relationships will get you farther than anything, and just be true to yourself.
I agree completely. Networking is the biggest component of the growth path, I would say, in an aspiring entrepreneur and even a seasoned entrepreneur who's trying to grow their business substantially. Until you've reached the top of the top where you know everybody, then the fastest way for someone to progress without having to effectively overcome every obstacle themselves is learn from someone who's already done it. Go to
Yep.
someone who's already experienced those types of obstacles or setbacks, and then you can almost time travel through their experience. Rather than you having to go through 15 years of growth, you can distill it. You might have to pay for it, but you can distill it and then overcome those obstacles within a matter of weeks or a month versus having to just figure it out with trial and error.
But you know what is crazy about it? And I know we don't have lots of time, but like when I hopped into the CBD space, also being a nurse, this was an area that wasn't fully tapped in, you know? So,
Yeah.
you know, I really started to be a part of like the innovators and the trailblazer of this cannabis movement in Illinois and, you know, the Midwest. I'm a part of the American Cannabis Nurse Association. So, you know, I'm really big in, you know, research and development and, you know, just advocating for, you know, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Hmm.
Um, I would say that with the cannabis space, I didn't have a mentor, you know?
Yeah.
It's like we're all kind of learning
Learning.
together, you know?
Oftentimes,
So it's crazy, but this has been such a crazy, wild ride. I've been a CBD business owner for 5 years. So, I mean, like, it's been amazing, you know, ups and downs, but it's well worth it. And I'm just so grateful. But yeah,
oftentimes,
go ahead.
no,
Sorry.
oftentimes I've seen that folks who have a business where there's not like an established um, group or industry, right? Just by networking with each other, it's like people are leveling each other up all the time. And oftentimes we see that specifically in spaces like the CBD space, or I can say in my experience, I saw it networking in Texas as a wholesaler. I felt like there was national groups that were dedicated to it, but I didn't feel like there was groups on a micro level dedicated to wholesale. And so I finally found the groups that I wanted to be a part of here in Texas, and it really had a life-changing impact on me, not just because I could learn from them, but because I was able to see what other people are doing and be like, okay, I'm not alone in this, so to speak. Shakita, we are coming up on time here, though. Where can folks go to get a hold of you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Logo Legacy Promotions. That's for that. You can also follow my personal page, official Shaquita Love. Um, you could go on my website. It is logolegacypromotions.espwebsites.com. Um, yeah, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. Yeah, so
Very cool. Shakita, thank you so much for coming on the show here today.
thank you. It was awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.